What's up, peeps? Hold on, I'm just trying to get someone added first. How do I do it? There we go. I knew there was a way to do this. Welcome.
Hey.
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember how I added you. So you requested one from the outside? Is that how that's been going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I guess because I tried to figure out how to send one. I couldn't figure it out. Whatever. Well, I'm excited. We finally got this news we've been waiting for since, what was it, September? No, actually, like April.
I can't remember, but it's been a long time since they announced a big thing coming.
And I remember when I first said, there's no way it was going to be for Unmatched, and you were so convinced. You were right.
Yeah. Well, I'm almost certain that even at the beginning, he had mentioned it in a unmatched thread of some kind before that it was for Unmatched.
Yeah, man, I didn't remember. So I was surprised. I guess talk about initial thoughts because I've had time to think a little bit, and I actually kind of reviewing everything. I overlooked something that very much surprised me. So do you want to go over your initial thoughts first? Do you want me to talk about mine? I definitely want to
Uh,
interact with some of these peeps if people
yeah.
start asking questions.
Yeah, for sure. Well, um, actually, my first thing
Someone says
is,
they can't hear. Hmm.
really? Can't hear both of us?
Let me double check because I can pull it up on my phone and see potentially.
I'll be right back.
Let's take a look here. If, because I definitely don't want to. Yeah, I can hear me on mine.
Can you hear
Okay,
me?
good. All right, so they were. Okay, so it was on their side. All right, cool. I was like, I feel like everything was good. All right, cool. So yeah, I guess. Do you want to start with your initial thoughts? You want me to start with mine? What do you want?
Oh, I'd like to ask, what did you think it was beforehand?
Okay. I
Yeah.
was convinced it was. I was telling you, and then you kind of discovered all the posts there. But I was towards the end. I was led to believe it was Lord of the Rings. I'll have you explain why we thought that. But initially, when I first heard it, I was like, it's got to be Star Wars. And one of the things I was thinking when they first said that was, what if they meant by big set that it was actually big set? So like it was like a 12 character set. Well, the original Epic Duels, which I do own, is like 12 characters. I was like, oh, that would be
Yeah.
amazing. And it would knock out two birds with one stone because they restore vintage games so they could restore Queen's Gambit, which was like, that would be like a cash cow that it
Right.
would change everything for a lot of people. But yeah,
Yeah.
what about you? I know you have a few, I'm sure.
Well, you think of like big IPs, you think of Harry Potter and Star Wars, Marvel, Lord of the Rings. Those are like the ones that really come to mind. Um, and they already did Jurassic Park. But if you're thinking along the lines of, uh, you know, Star Wars size, anything else, I was leaning toward Lord of the Rings, especially with all the Justin loves to hint things, little tiny hints here and there. So with his past 6 months of Twitter, he had posted like 5 different things at least of Lord of the Rings stuff. So I kind of leaned towards that and threw out a confirmed suspicion at him, but I guess we were wrong,
Yeah, yeah,
which is
it
all right.
was. Yeah,
It
you
it
know,
it, it
we
gives me
didn't
a
think.
chance to do my decks for my custom Lord of the Rings decks.
Of
So they were
course.
complete waste.
Yeah, and honestly, from his previous post saying he wasn't going to do anything that was oversaturated, we immediately canceled out Marvel, DC, all of that. Little did we know they were going to choose obscure characters from the
Right.
Marvel universe that I didn't
Yeah.
expect. I was like, smart. Hey,
I
Justin,
know
how are you?
I know that they didn't mention um, or they had mentioned before that something like Cthulhu seems kind of oversaturated in the Unmatched or in the board game realm, and it's true.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Same with
Marvel
Marvel too.
Marvel kind of is, but I can't
Yeah.
think of another game where I don't play many Marvel games. I don't even know if I own any, honestly. Um, I don't think I do, and I am a big Marvel fan. Um, but the character choices for the Marvel characters they picked were excellent.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ghost
there is,
Rider, yo, that mini's gonna look tight. I
yeah.
can't even
Oh,
imagine.
if he's on a bike, oh, I don't know. Even if he's not on a bike, he still looks pretty cool. So,
He's a skull that's on fire. I actually had to bring up a list because while I know some superheroes, I'm more of a DC fan. I'm more familiar with DC. I'm not familiar with a lot of these characters. So it looks like we lost Keith. Where you at? Let's see what happened to him. Reaching now. Since it was his idea to do this discussion, I'm excited. I can tell you we considered other Marvel heroes and put a lot of consideration into which heroes would work and would be interesting. GR's mini is finished. Oh no, don't say that. You guys already have that? Alright, let's add back. Oh my god. Well, I guess if you guys are planning to release it next year, you have to have everything together. That makes perfect sense. Where are you at? Hey. Waiting for him to get connected back. Oh man, that's tight. But yeah, no, I mean, looking at some of the heroes that were selected, honestly, they were pretty thought out. I can't imagine the, I guess, book of characters you guys had to select from, but looking at the ones that come up, if I were to search Marvel, I don't think a single one of these would have come up. Squirrel Girl, I'd never heard of that in my life. I actually thought, I was like, is that just like a nickname? No, it's genuinely a Squirrel Girl. That's hilarious and that's awesome because I actually got to learn a little bit. No problem. You have a good one, Justin. Where are you at, Keith? Alright, that was a ding from him. He's trying to get connected. Let's see if I can connect him this way. Alright, let's do this. Sent. Oh, looks like he sent me one. Approve. Let's see. There you go.
I don't know what happened.
I know. I was cool. I was responding to some of the things Justin mentioned. I don't know if you said he mentioned the Ghost Rider mini looks is bananas. Oh man, I'm excited.
Oh, cool.
I guess with it being released next year, it makes sense that they have all that info.
Yeah.
But we were talking about, um, I guess the initial reveal. So yeah, do you want to give your initial thoughts first?
Yeah. My initial thoughts, I don't know, I was a little shocked mostly because uh, I really wasn't expecting Marvel because there's so much of it in board games, but uh, because of the characters they chose, I understand why, because the characters they chose, there's not that, my wife only recognized, when I read them off to her, she only recognized the characters that were in the movie, so that'd be Black Panther, Black Widow, and
Daredevil, probably.
No, Winter Soldier. She didn't know Daredevil. No.
Oh, wow.
So she didn't know a lot of the characters that were in there, but I think that's really good and neat. And also, like, their power levels very close to, you know, characters that are already in Unmatched. Not that that's going to be too much of a problem, I don't think. But yeah, I think their character choices are excellent. If there is one character that's missing, in my opinion, or that could swap out for one, it'd be Taskmaster.
Who's
Um,
Taskmaster?
he's like I wouldn't consider myself like a super Marvel nerd. I know quite a bit, I guess, but not too
I'm
much.
not. DC, I could talk to you all day, but Marvel,
He's
I'm
like I
ignorant.
believe that if he I believe his powers are that if he watches another person's like abilities, like he can copy their abilities. So like if Hawkeye can shoot a certain way, or Captain America can throw a shield a certain way, he could also imitate it instantly. So I'm pretty sure he's got a sword, and he just looks cool too. So
And it raises a question too. I wonder if they consider the character's abilities, not so much if they can recreate them in the game itself, but how realistic it is to fight it. Like, if someone like Bruce Lee's fighting Superman, does that really feel like an actual battle? You know what I mean? Is
not
someone
really.
like Luke Cage, he's very strong, but he's been beaten in his comic series quite a few times by someone who wasn't overly strong, just
Right.
smarter than him. Daredevil's just an individual who has heightened senses. A bunch of these feel acceptable to fight against. But
For
like a
sure.
Superman or a Goku, like, come on, yo, he just went Super Saiyan. You're not winning. I'm sorry, it's over.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be crazy. Because even, yeah, as far as anime characters or stuff like that goes, it just seems too much. But
yeah.
I don't think
No,
would be, I think the community might be divided on something like that anyway. So,
yeah. And talking about divided, this has definitely raised a lot of like surprises. I mean, I knew there was going to be a split between people who were excited, people who weren't. When I saw the name Marvel, I mean, obviously, I enjoy the game as a whole, so I wasn't really going to be picky. But I was very surprised when I saw Marvel. I looked at the list and I was extremely surprised. Um,
yeah.
I I didn't even look at the list initially. I saw Luke Cage. I was like, oh, they did the big guys. Then I looked at them. I didn't know who Moon Knight was. I had to look up some of these people.
Oh,
Squirrel Girl. I was telling Justin when he was on that I thought that was like a joke character. Like, I didn't know that was a
yeah,
real hero. And I looked it up. I was like, it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
Pretty a lot of digging. Cloak and Dagger. I didn't even know they had a TV series that recently ended. Never heard of those characters in my life.
I th Usually like these side characters, a couple of them like Daredevil, Cloak and Dagger, Luke Cage, they had TV series. I watched like one season of Daredevil and then I quit. And then like Cloak and Dagger, I watched like two episodes and then I quit. And so they're not really well known or even that popular, but they got some cool powers. And I tell you what, their abilities are cool too because I play tested. Um, I didn't play test. I played the characters. I'm play testing now. Uh, three of the heroes from what's it called? Teen Spirit.
That's
So
sick.
play tested
Sick.
a couple of them, and
Nice.
yeah,
Nice. Awesome. Yeah. No, for sure. And one of, I guess, one of the things that surprised me again after kind of going back through to revisit is these are all hitting the shelves next year.
yeah,
So
that's
from March till now, they had enough time to get the art, the design, whatever agreed a contract. Maybe that was when it was signed and they announced it. I don't know what sparked the posts or what part in their process they were when he made that post. But that's extremely surprising. So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure they announced a date for the other Jurassic Park. I know they said they were going to do it, but did
I
they
don't
say
think
it's
so.
coming out next year? They didn't confirm that, did they?
I don't think. I think it is coming out this year. I don't know how for sure it is, but I think that
Yeah,
one is
because I
coming out.
couldn't find a confirmation, so I was like, maybe it's not confirmed. So we assume maybe we'll get that. We know we're getting Battle of Legends 2. We're
Yep,
getting how many of these are there? Four? I don't know
four.
how many. Four sets and potentially, very unlikely, but potentially towards the end of the year, we could get the fan decks or early 2022. We're not
Yeah.
actually given a date, but if it is next year, that's insanity. That means they have a lot on their plate, which is,
Yeah, there's a lot of characters coming out
yeah,
regardless.
no, for
Uh,
sure. It's good because honestly, I didn't think they were going to keep that momentum from this year. I was like, man, this is kind of a lot. If they're trying to do other games, like, is this going to be something that's going to be able to ride out with that many sets like this year? And
mhm.
they're doing it. So,
Yeah.
what are you more excited for?
Uh, as far as like what's coming out this year, or
Yeah, yeah.
I'd have to say uh, Battle Legends Volume 2, mostly because I've play tested it. So I know,
Say,
like I know every character coming out this year, unless they, throw a surprise or throw us a curveball,
say.
or
Yeah, no, for sure.
this next year. But I would say that one just because I'm more into public domain than IP.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I would say that. But as far as the four Marvel sets, I would say
Yeah.
my one I'm looking forward to most would probably be. Um, oh, it's hard to keep them straight because I just heard them today. The one with Moon Knight and
That's the one I'm excited for, the Redemption Row. I was like, yo, if
right,
you
right, right.
remember the set, that's already impressive. I wouldn't expect that from you, but Redemption Row just has the coolest
Redemption
guy.
Row. Yeah,
I don't
and
I don't know what Moon Knight does, but I looked at the comic and it was
he's
sick.
cool. He's cool.
Yeah.
Uh, I also, what's the list? Go ahead and list them all. What are the names of each set?
So we got Redemption Row, we got Hell's Kitchen, Teen Spirit, and For the King and Country. For
Yeah.
King and Country, sorry.
Okay, and those are the more well-known ones. I'm least excited for that one. I'm still getting them. Still probably going to be awesome. Um, and yeah, I know that some people aren't going to be, hyped about certain sets. I know there's Division on the Buffy set. There's Division on even Battle Legends. I've heard people say that they didn't want it, but then when Jurassic came out, they wanted it and stuff. So,
And I
and
think that that's the key point here is like they got a fan base, they got people who love the game, but
yeah,
where else is it going to go? I mean, I don't have statistics. I don't know what sales look like for certain sets, but I'm guessing IPs are well accepted in the board game community, hence why there's a lot of Star Wars and Marvel games and stuff like that. So whatever can bring people in is fine. I mean, they're still going to keep doing it, much like they stated before that they're going to do the public domain characters or obscure characters. And even with these Marvel characters, they're still doing pretty obscure characters. So I think it's important to note we would rather expand the community so the funding for the community stays consistent so things like this happen even maybe more frequent. I don't know what funds look like towards how much they put out, but I'm sure it doesn't hurt. So it's good to
so
see this bringing people in.
not only that, just characters. We're also getting 6 maps uh, next year potentially. So
Yeah,
that's a lot. And
I
like
didn't even
Buffy,
think about that.
my favorite part about Buffy's the map. So
I haven't, that's a set I haven't played a whole lot. I do love the map. I like the characters. I do want to watch the show because something about engaging with what I'm playing and knowing what I'm playing is just
yeah,
more exciting to me. I'm not one to give up a set or not get a set because of whatever it represents. It's not
yeah,
really me, but I understand it for sure. And the division is there for Buffy.
yeah. I'm not a fan of Buffy characters, any of them. I own the set. I don't know if I'll end up keeping it, but yeah, it's it's preference, and you can choose to buy or not. And either way, it's gonna please. Uh, Unmatched as a whole will please a lot of different people.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
that's the goal.
depend.
I mean, they're just because one character isn't who you enjoy playing. The point is you play the characters you enjoy playing versus characters someone else enjoys playing. I don't
Yeah,
know. I have a lot of friends who like Buffy, and they're pretty excited to play with those characters. So if I get
right.
to play what I want, they can play what they want. So it's
Hmm.
really about everyone here. Um, but yeah, I know you had some questions. I'm sorry, I'm
Oh, that's
Doing some
fine.
chatting.
Yeah, I got a question. How do you feel about them being three packs, the first ever three packs?
You got me. I didn't notice there were three packs until you said that. That's why I have them down here.
Really?
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I actually like it better. I like it better looking at it now because with two packs, you only really have those to go against. I feel like that third really adds that extra diversity. So someone who's new to buying into the sets, if they don't want to spend a full price maybe for a four, or I'm not sure what the price is going to look like for these, but if they don't want a full four character pack, this will give them more variety and understand how different each character can actually play outside
Yeah.
of just having a 1v1. I like it a
Right.
lot. What are your thoughts on
Um,
that?
yeah, well, personally, when I first got the game especially, I would play three-player matches because there'd be three of us that would want to play at the same time, and there wouldn't be four, so you couldn't do that. You either had to control two characters or play three. So we just played free-for-all, and then we eventually came up with, if you attack the person with the highest health, um, then you would heal one health. So it would give incentive to not just, bombard one person because whoever has the highest health would then usually be attacked. It's kind of like in Smash Bros. When you're playing and you point out who has the highest health, everyone goes for that person. Yeah, same deal.
That's
So,
fair. That's hilarious, man. You thought really hard on this. Me, I just play two characters because I like playing two.
yeah,
But now
I
I
do
get
like
it.
playing 2v2. But I like the fact that it's a three pack because license sets, Jurassic Park and Buffy both were a little bit more expensive. I'm not complaining. They're both a little bit more expensive than
Of
original
course.
sets.
Mhm.
And if you do three characters of Marvel, it's going to cost about, I'm guessing, this is a guess, that it's going to cost about what Battle of Legends Volume 1 would cost or Cobble and Fog would cost.
Possibly, yeah. I could see that.
Because there's three and it's an IP, might even out to around the same. I'm
Yeah.
guessing. I don't know.
Yeah. And they again, it gives them more variety for sure. I'm wondering. I guess now that you brought this to my attention, I wonder if there's going to be a three kind of free for all map, or if it's just going to still be two v two and just um an extra character. That's interesting. I didn't really think about that. Now you got me curious.
Yeah. Well, Justin said that they have rules for 3v3 now, or one
Hmm.
three player free for all.
Oh,
He
see,
says they
I
have. He
didn't
said
hear
they're
any of
pretty.
this.
Yeah, he said they're pretty simple.
Hmm. Discord was this knowledge put
Yep,
out?
on
All
Discord,
right,
on
all right.
Discord. He said a
Hard to
few
keep up on
things.
there.
He said a few things. Susan said her favorite, or no, she put the word in for Squirrel Girl,
Oh,
and
nice.
and she said it was pretty
Let's see.
easy to get Squirrel Girl in, and she didn't have to fight for her, and no, it's pretty neat.
No, yeah. I mean, I laughed at the fact that there's so many characters a lot of us just don't know because popularity. It was very surprising to see Squirrel Girl. I had heard of some of these
Oh,
other names like Elektra and Bullseye. Winter Soldier, I'd never heard of. Didn't see the movie. Not a big Captain America fan anyway.
yeah,
Sorry, people will probably hate me for
yeah,
that.
they
I'll
probably do.
probably get destroyed later, but it's fine.
That's
I'm
all right.
not a big
As long
superhero
as you
fan
don't as long
besides
as you
DC.
don't say that you're not a big like Lord of the Rings fan or Star Wars fan or something, you'll be all right.
Nah, you say you're not a fan of anything, people will find a way to hate you, but
Oh
it's
yeah.
fine.
That's what I try not to say I'm not a fan of Buffy because then people get on me. So I just keep quiet about it usually.
Yeah, but I mean, it brings a lot of uniqueness, and I do love the maps, like you said. But
Yeah.
I haven't gotten a whole lot of time to play either with quarantine. I feel like I play with you more than anything virtually, which is pretty
Hmm.
fun. But I'd like to play it with like some of the board game group around me to like get them pulled in.
Yeah.
So it's a little tricky, but I think I'm gonna start getting more individuals on Tabletop Simulator. Just to have that more of an option. Hopefully, moving into the next year, things change. But outside of
Yeah.
that, I feel like this it's been a good way to play this game for sure, especially
Right.
virtually, so you can still touch the components.
Yeah.
The best
Gotta
part.
feel the cards.
All right, what else you got from me? I know you got questions.
Um,
I can pull
I ha
some out, but
yeah, I had a list, but I can't get to it unless because I'm in the video right now. But going off
okay,
memory, going off
okay,
memory.
yeah.
Um, what was I gonna um, ask? Oh man, I can't remember. It was something along the lines of the three free for all thing. Oh, um, do you think that the boards will be double sided, or do you think they'll do what they did with Beowulf and Little Red?
So I didn't notice the Beowulf and Little Red thing until you brought it up.
Yeah,
I didn't get to watch a lot of the full playthroughs of it. However, I don't know. I would say I'm not certain as to like what the consensus is for what others think. I'm sure they're going based off of what people wanted. The little thin strip, they presented the idea before and people were excited about it.
I
I'd
think
I'd
we.
almost wish that they did double sided though, just to have more variety in map, but it doesn't really
I,
matter honestly.
yeah, it doesn't matter to me. Initially, I thought I'd want more maps, but honestly, there's already going to be a crap ton of maps to choose from. And if they want to do it, kind of, you know, caters to both sides of the coin there. Whoever want, if you want to play on the one side or the other, that's nice and for them. But yeah, I prefer the solid colors to be able to see. I don't really care much to for the art or whatever. I love art and I love the artwork, but yeah. Oh, what do you think about the artists for this set? Because there are, I don't have it with me, but there's I think 4 or 5 artists.
That was a question I had for you because I felt like you would know the answer to this.
I know that Oliver Barrett,
Oh,
Heather Vaughn,
Heather Vaughn, Oliver
yeah,
Barrett, Ian O'Toole. I think I
I don't
pronounced that right.
I don't know him.
Illustrator for the new games with Matt Taylor and Sanford Green joining the lineup.
Hmm.
Cool. Oliver Barrett. Which one did he do? Has he
Bruce
done one?
Lee, Bruce Lee with Robin Hood and
Oh,
Bigfoot,
you're frozen.
Bat Battle of Legends
Okay.
Volume 1, and he also did Jurassic Park.
Oh, he did Battle Legends one.
Actually,
Ooh.
we just heard that Sattler and T-Rex. I need to slow down and not talk so fast, or I might spoil some other set that I know. Um, but Sattler and T-Rex.
Hmm.
Uh, Apparently Oliver can't or isn't coming back to do that because of his own schedule and doing art for other, companies and whatnot and things.
Yeah,
So
his art is excellent.
somebody else is doing his art, but they haven't failed with art yet. Each of them have their own unique style. Um, uh, you know, we probably each
Yeah,
have our favorites. Cobble and Fog. I can't remember the artist, but he is probably my favorite artist. I'm not sure yet though because the Beowulf Little Red looks pretty sick too.
it's hard for me to judge favorite artist versus favorite character whose cards I like. So it's like I love Dracula
Yeah.
and I love the art on Dracula. But if I laid out all the art, would that be the one I would go towards as like a full consensus? I don't know. I like so far I like all the artwork. They all have unique styles, and I'd like that kind of to keep stretching and keeping the whole shape thing that they got going on with like the circles and triangles and
Hmm.
stuff. It seems like circles is like the thing. I was telling you about it because I'm trying to work on creating my own character and I'm doing my
Yeah.
own art for it because I'm extra.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. Do you have a way to? Uh, People hitting me up here. All right, cool. Do you have a way to access those questions? Multitask on your phone. If you do, you can send it to me virtually, and I can go over them.
Well, I could hang up on here and then call you back on my laptop so I can read them, but other than that, I don't know. You can go ahead and ask a question to me while I try to figure it out.
Yeah, you're good. All right. So in terms of the new set, so we got Marvel now. We're gonna have superheroes. Out of all of the characters, so we talked about what sets, or you talked about what sets you were excited for. What characters in the Marvel universe did you not want to see, and which characters were you happy that you saw in this new set?
um, I didn't want to see. Uh, I didn't want to see Hulk. I didn't want to see Thor. I didn't want to see Iron Man. I didn't want to see Captain America maybe. but not really. I didn't want to see any of those main people. That's the main reason I said months ago I don't want to see Marvel, because I figured that that's what they would do. Because that's what everybody does. But it turns out, it's way better than I thought, obviously. But yeah, I prefer these lower tier heroes, I guess you could call them. Uh,
And that was a discussion too. I remember we talked about a while ago. Was I mean, you voiced your opinions that you definitely didn't want any like big IPs, and they mentioned they weren't going to do any. Which in this instance, they didn't choose big characters. I don't mind that. I actually like them finding obscure IPs. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, huge cult classic, but it's not huge right now. You know what I mean? Like the people that love the series are going to follow the series, but it isn't like Marvel, for example, in terms of how big it is. If right now, I should say, I'm sure at the time Buffy was crazy big. I know my dad had the trading cards, so I guess that might say something. But
right.
the but I enjoy them finding big IPs that are forgotten. Like I know they mentioned when they were doing the what was it, the creating your character contest, they
Yeah.
said not characters who are kind of public domain but are owned by someone, and they utilize Zorro as an example. I like that. Like that would be a cool character, someone like Zorro. Or
Yeah.
everyone keeps talking about Alien versus Predator. Yo, I would kill for that. That is awesome.
Yeah,
But
I was gonna
those are
ask you.
cool.
I was gonna ask you later, what's the top IP you would want the most?
Yeah, I think it would probably be Alien versus Predator. I mean, I'm working on characters now with Freddy and Jason. I don't mind telling people. I already have the abilities and quite a few things done for it already. But
Yeah.
I would like them, but I'm so far along. I'm like, no, don't do those anymore. I just want to do them now. But yeah, I would say Alien versus Predator just because they are extremely on like the other parallel. I feel like we don't have any sci-fi characters,
True.
and that's kind of essentially what I'm looking for. And if I'm thinking sci-fi, those are real action-packed characters. You got a dude that can go invisible. Alien, I don't even know what I would. I couldn't even think of what you would. Huggers are going to be involved, maybe. I
Space
don't know what you
huggers.
would do with that, but yeah, that's my number one IP. I don't think there's a contest here for sure. What about you?
Okay, I would say so. Like like I said, I'm a Marvel fan, but it's not. It wouldn't have been. It would have been very low on my list, mostly because of the A-list Avenger type deal. But my top pick would probably be like if somebody asked me, "What do you want?" and this is a character getting in, I would probably say Alien vs Predator as well. Even though I'm not that big of an Alien vs Predator or Alien or Predator fan,
Yeah,
I enjoyed the movies
yeah,
and
same.
stuff, but
Not mega fan either, but they're
but
cool.
they would fit perfectly like the sci-fi idea, and I would like there are franchises that I like. Last Airbender, I don't think it fit that great. Um, and Lord of the Rings, I do think it fit pretty good, and that would probably be my number two pick. But I honestly, even though I love Lord of the Rings and like know so much about it, but I don't really know much about Aliens, I prefer Aliens because it just seems to flow better in this game than, Aragon, a guy with a sword. You could do them different, but we got like five or four people with swords already, or
And that's where the other, I guess, double-edged sword here comes is people don't want big IPs, but if it was their favorite IP, y'all would all be in line right now.
oh
Lord
yeah,
of the Rings is too big, but like you would have been like jumping off your seat. Star Wars, same thing technically. The only reason I want Star Wars, and that's probably the next other IP, is just because of epic duels. I don't want it because Star Wars is my favorite series of all time. It
right,
isn't. I like it, but I want it just simply to complete the full restoration of it. The IP. I don't know. Did pretty cool things. Like I don't know if you guys have it or if you have Tabletop Simulator. Check it out. The cards are absolutely busted. It's almost comical in comparison because there's a character and I don't remember his name. You'll probably be able to help me more. It was the guy who um, turned Darth Vader to the dark side. I can't think of his name.
Darth Sidious or
Unlimited
Emperor
power.
Palpatine. Yeah,
He has a card that drops your opponent's entire hand. That is absolutely hilarious. No
that's broke.
repercussion, no benefit. Just I attack you, so that it's like a scheme card, and it just says drop your opponent's hand. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I
When
still
we
got another
played,
action. You're dead.
when we played, it was insane.
But it was balanced with being that broken in a funny way. I mean, obviously, there's probably weights here and there, but it was fun for what it was. Very comical and very on one side of the spectrum. So if you haven't played it, I recommend it. Just trying it, just to see where it came from. I love the history. I mean, me with Tabletop Island, I do vintage board game reviews, so that's super important. I enjoy them. So seeing that transition, like just seeing an evolution from what it used to be to what it could be now, that's
Yeah,
more of what I'd be interested in.
yeah.
But
I
that's the
would
only big
definitely
one
love to
for
see some Star Wars stuff.
me. Yeah, so it's really
Who
like
wouldn't?
people don't want big IPs, but really you just don't want big IPs that are oversaturated. No? Or like if someone did Star Wars, I don't think there'd be a single complaint.
With IPs, you're always going to have somebody upset,
That's fair.
and you're always going to have somebody extremely excited. So
This is true.
with IPs, they're kind of playing that, drawing people in different ways and stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree. Yeah, I don't mind them doing it. I definitely see the value in doing it because again, as I'm going to keep saying throughout this, like we're trying to expand this community like bigger. I very much enjoy it. I mean, I'm not as active everywhere because I have a million and one things I do, but I keep up and see what other people are working on. Kind of get news from Keith since he seems to be faster than me in most instances.
yeah,
But no, I'm very much for it. I'm for a game that has a community. There aren't a whole lot of them, and a lot of companies seem to try to do them, and I appreciate it when they do. Like I'm a part
yeah.
of the Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid community. Um, Fantastic community. I honestly, I have painted it more than I've played it, but I enjoy being part of communities. I don't know,
Yeah.
something about it's just a lot better, and seeing it grow is very nice. So much
Hmm.
appreciated for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Good discussions.
So what else you got for me, buddy?
Um, well, if you let me switch over my laptop, I can
All right,
actually
go ahead. Yeah, you're
go
good.
on to my. All right. I'll
I'll
be
bug
right.
people who are watching, see if anyone has questions
Yeah,
or
yeah, good
wants to
idea.
throw opinion. What else you got? I'd love to see a Jaws expansion and the shark be the big character. That's funny. How interesting would it be if the Jaws character had like hidden movement? So like you never really saw them on the board, kind of like how in the movie. I don't know if you've played the board game Jaws, but it has hidden movement. So I guess that's where the idea derived from. But that would be cool. A big shark. But would it make sense for him to be on land? That that's a question that's arguable, I guess. If he, hmm, that's interesting. Jaws. Yeah, I love the IP a lot though. I love that's one of my favorite movies too. So I'm not against it. How many peeps is watching? I can't keep up with everything here. All right, so we got a couple peeps. So I guess in terms of big IPs, anyone watching while I wait for Keith Hood to show back up, what are big IPs that you would be excited to see? What are big IPs that you don't want to see? I mean, again, I know it's pretty divided with the whole Marvel thing, but I mean, if you look at these characters, just look into them. I'd be very surprised if there's a single person that knew all of these characters without thinking twice. If you did, you're definitely a mega fan, which probably means you're more excited than everyone else for them. But if you're someone like me who doesn't know a lot about Marvel, um, you probably saw Marvel and was more surprised than anything that it was Marvel and didn't really maybe not looked at all the characters. I don't know, maybe you did. Maybe you looked into them, but Squirrel Girl, yo, come on, that's hilarious. That literally adds to the same level of fun I expect for Unmatched. Ghost Rider, I'm just picturing the miniature, which Justin chimed in earlier, says is bananas, which I'm now going to lose sleep over. Thanks, buddy. What do you got here? More universal monsters would be nice. I agree. Like the Mummy would be cool. Um, what other ones would I want to see? Man, that's a good one. Universal monsters. The Mummy, Frankenstein. Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't think of that one.
Ooh,
I got
ooh.
Dracula though, so that was like a big one for me.
But that Frankenstein deck that guy made, I think he made it for the contest, was excellent.
I know, and I really want to backtrack, find the guy's name, have him secretly like wink and say, "Yo, I didn't get chosen," so we can make his deck because
Yeah,
that deck was pretty cool. It's like a game within a game, but does
yeah.
it defeat the purpose of the game to where they don't want to do something like that? I don't know, but we're digressing. So what you got from me? Are you on your laptop now? I can't tell.
I'm actually on my phone, but I had sent them to my laptop because I figured the quality of my video would be better.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, the quality didn't change. Last time I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I like jumped back like 30 years.
So Johnny, you're excited for Marvel. What is the character you're most excited for? I don't know all of these guys' abilities. I haven't really done a whole ton of research. I like Ghost Rider for how he looks, but looking at Moon Knight, I'm pretty excited for that too. I don't, in terms of ability, I guess a lot of you guys probably know more than me. Which ability excites you the most? If anyone wants to ask, or if Keith has anything, I'd be interested in hearing because I don't
I
know these guys that well. I wish I did.
I know the abilities for the one I play tested were cool, but aside from that, which ones I'm interested in seeing are probably I don't know. I'm actually what I'm really curious about, and what I'm going to ask you is, um, what sidekicks? And now you don't know Marvel, so I don't know if you could answer this. What sidekicks are they going to have?
Yeah, you got me. Okay, how about which ones do I think could have a sidekick? I'll
Yeah,
go off that because I know Luke Cage will not have a sidekick.
well, he
Can't.
might. Why? He could have
Can't.
Jessica Jones.
All right, well, I'd be very sad if she was a sidekick and not a main character because she's a boss.
I don't really
But
know much about her, to be
nah,
honest.
I'm pretty confident. I'll bet that Luke Cage will be one that won't have a sidekick.
Okay.
I don't know. Daredevil, did he have a sidekick in the series? He's not gonna have his
He
mentor. That
has
wouldn't make any sense.
he has Froggy the Froggy the like he's more of a sidekick with his other alter ego, Matt. What's his name? Matt Murdock.
This is where I scratch my head and agree. Yeah, that one. I'm
He's
not.
he's like a fellow lawyer or something, I think.
He said Moon Knight will be closest to Batman,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm excited for Daredevil. Yeah, I'm excited to see what Daredevil will do because, from I guess an ignorant way of explaining him, he's like a gymnastics specialist. So
yep.
how is he going to utilize those abilities in the game? Is he going to move past people? Is he going to be just quick at moving? I don't know. I really don't. It's interesting.
I don't know either.
Maybe he has other abilities. I know he has his batons. Again, I'm describing as ignorantly as possible because I do not know these guys that well.
Yeah,
So I'm trying.
he's more like the dark vigilante type, I think. But who else we got? We got Ghost Rider. He's gonna have his chain, and he's gonna have things that deal with like souls and whatnot. I'm guessing. Uh,
Daredevil could have Stick his teacher. That is that's the only person I know that he interacted with on the series. I watched a little bit of the show. I felt like from there, I mean, I didn't follow the comic that well. He was a bit older, so would that make sense? Maybe I don't know.
all right, listen to this. Justin Jacobson said.
He dies in the comic, I think. Ooh. All right, go ahead.
Justin said in the Discord today. He said, "I can tell you that, for example, the Black Widow deck is very cool and different than anything we have done before. Emulates her well, and consequently plays like a tricky spy. Now compare that to, say, Ghost Rider. So
Uh,
while I get the um, hesitancy of so much Marvel, I think you'll all be really pleased with how the decks feel very different in play."
hmm. Sorry, I was reading this too. It says Daredevil might be able to look at other people's hands with his echolocation. Oh yeah, that's right.
Who?
It's almost like a spidey sense kind of thing that he's got going. Okay, okay. I'm remembering a little bit because I saw
Who's
bits and
that?
parts of the show in the original movie. It is Johnny
Oh,
Nee. I hate
Daredevil.
pronouncing people's name wrong, so if I pronounce that wrong, I apologize. Please correct
Hey, didn't Justin used to be a lawyer or something? What was he?
me. Yes,
So
he
this,
was in law. I don't know if it was specifically law. I want to say he said his wife was an attorney or a lawyer or something like that.
oh, maybe he was an attorney.
Yeah.
Well, I know that Daredevil and that Froggy guy or Foggy or whatever his name is. I know that they're in. No, I think Daredevil's a lawyer, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe they could tell us because I think someone's a bigger fan of Daredevil than both of us. But yeah, no, yeah. So
Hey,
that
but
would be interesting.
sh you know,
Sidekicks though.
you know what's interesting?
Hmm.
The first handicap representation player, Daredevil,
This is true.
in
Yeah, I
Unmatched.
actually didn't think about that.
I don't think anyone else is handicapped or has a, I don't know what to say, but for that kind of
That's
representation, and
yeah,
that's what I wanted. I wanted to see something like that, honestly, because that's the representation that I think gets ignored a lot.
yeah, yeah. You got me.
Like
I didn't think of it in that
that's why
aspect.
I appreciate in Nemesis they have a guy in a wheelchair. They have stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yo, don't remind me of that. I'm gonna lose so much sleep when I get that game. So much to consider. So many minis. I did not need to back all in. Don't be like me, guys. Uh, but
Um,
so
Justin said
yeah, what got?
he said the boards all have spaces for four heroes though, and
Oh,
a new
that's
board.
good.
It says a new board mechanic we haven't revealed yet.
Mm.
So
So
it could be like a King of the Hill thing. That's why there's three people, and like there's a point you gotta keep. You know what I mean? Like whoever stays in this point and like protects the
mm,
payload type thing or whatnot.
interesting. Yeah, a new board type. I do like them. I mean, we got enough boards that are stagnant, so we have that. It's fine for them to experiment at this
What
point.
if the
Because
board
it's
though,
just
the boards give different modes? That's what would be cool, like a different, like a capture the flag or like a,
yeah.
a control area type thing. I think some different things might be cool to spice it up. It doesn't really, I mean, I could play it all day on its regular stuff, but and
Yeah.
I have played it all day on its regular stuff.
Yeah, I know. You know these characters like the back of your hand. Now, knowing or seeing these characters, what characters do you think will have sidekicks? I
All right,
don't
let me look at
know.
the list here. All right, so we got Luke Cage, probably not, but maybe. Ghost Rider, I don't think so. Moon Knight,
I don't remember him having a sidekick in the comic. He was no, no. He no. He was like a
you know,
contract.
there's a really weird comic where Ghost Rider, the spirit of Ghost Rider, takes control of Red Hulk and is like embodied by a Venom, so he becomes like the Red Hulk Venom Rider or something.
Oh, oh yeah. Well, that sounds like they did a whole lot. They were doing too much there.
Way too much. Um, Moon
Moon
Knight,
Knight.
probably not. Daredevil, he might. Elektra, I don't think so. You know, I don't.
Luke
Bull
Cage might have Iron Fist as a sidekick.
Bullseye might have some thugs.
Interesting.
Who?
Why be a sidekick to Luke Cage? Do, I guess Johnny probably knows better than
Iron
me.
Fist?
Yeah, Iron Fist, but
Hmm. Yeah, I
Iron
could.
Fist had his own comics
He's
though.
like his own thing. Yeah.
Was he ever considered as just a sidekick to Luke? I feel like he has his own arc away from Luke.
He seems like he's just as good, or he's up there on that same tier. I don't think he should be a sidekick.
That's how I feel about Jessica Jones. But also, Jessica Jones is like a superhuman.
I don't even know what she does, honestly.
She's super strong. Yeah, she's kind of like Luke Cage a little bit.
Luke Cage
Yeah,
is like indestructible. He gets shot with bullets and they just crumble.
yeah, that's different. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Um, Bullseye. he is the villain that like throws darts and stuff like perfectly. Well, I think he could have some thugs or something, some henchman type thing. I don't know. Um,
We get him. He's not ranged. It's over. It's over.
since I already know the Teen Spirit one, I'll just read them and you tell me if you think they have a sidekick or not.
Okay.
Miss Marvel.
I'm
She's
gonna.
she's the
I'm gonna look. I want to look at these characters. I
she's
can't. I can't
she's like
do
the
this. Miss Marvel.
she can I think she's inspired by Captain Marvel and she has a power of like stretching, kind of expanding type thing.
Oh, that's cool. Oh man, she stretches. Her
Yeah.
fist is huge. Oh, I like that. Oh, that's cool. No, maybe not. I'm looking at a picture, so I might be cheating, but it looks like she has this woman in this picture with
Let me
her on
see.
her main
Let me see.
cover on Wiki. Here, let me pull it up. I don't know who the other lady is.
I think that's a different version of Miss Marvel or something that has like powers like Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah, it says here different. Oh yeah, different variants. Yeah, probably not. I don't know.
Um,
I'm the wrong person to ask this, but I'm gonna try.
all right, Squirrel Girl
No, I hope not. Oh, maybe if she got squirrels as a sidekick. Oh, that would be crazy.
and Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah, because it's Cloak and Dagger, so it's got to be two people. Oh, who's the sidekick? Oh, what if they're both sidekicks?
Um, and then the last one, the set for King and Country, Black Widow.
No?
I don't know. I mean, she in that new movie coming out, she has her sister, but Black Widow usually works alone, I think. I mean, except when she's in an Avenger.
Hmm.
How about Black Panther? Now, I can speculate on this one because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
He's got
No, I don't know.
he's got his sisters. He's got like warriors. He has the Dora Milaje. I hope I said that right. But they're the women, the bald women with the spears.
Okay. I'm glad you described that because I'm really terrible with names. So thank you.
um, and then the Winter Soldier. You know, it'd be hilarious. They made Captain America the Winter Soldier's
Black
sidekick.
Widow with Hawkeye or Red Guardian?
Oh yeah,
See, yeah, we got people who know way more than me.
yeah. It could be Hawkeye. That'd be
Not
interesting.
hard to know more than me about Marvel, though. But
I feel like Hawkeye would.
Misty Knight is possible too. Who is Misty?
She's
Luke
from
Cage will
she's
have
from
his
Pokemon.
girl.
Misty's from
Yeah,
Pokemon.
that's what I thought when I first saw it. Then I had to scroll. I saw Misty Knight. Ooh, Luke Cage. I'm guessing it's correlation. Misty Knight's possible too. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't
Um,
know much about Misty.
and then you know, it'd be hilarious if the Winter Soldier's sidekick was Captain America.
That would be genius.
They would be people would probably be up in arms.
Yeah, that would actually. Yeah, that would be pretty
But
hilarious.
his could be Falcon. They are coming out with that Disney Plus Falcon Winter Soldier TV show.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. That's a good analysis. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not the best when it comes to knowing these Marvel characters, but I'm excited to see the variation of these abilities. We're getting heroes that aren't overpowered. Like
Yeah.
again, we talked about earlier, Superman. No, please no. I don't want Bruce Lee to get whooped by Superman. That does not feel
Yeah.
good. But
Or
Ghost Rider, yo, he about to take him. Oh, another one. So before I forget, because I keep remembering and forgetting, a character who I think would be awesome for this set, and I don't remember what universe it's from, so please correct me if someone knows, but Spawn. How cool would that be?
I'm pretty sure Spawn. He'd be cool. I'm pretty sure he's Dark Horse. I think he's Dark Horse Comics, which is like Hellboy and Avatar, actually, and
Mm,
some other stuff. I don't know. They'd have to get Dark Horse in on that, I think. I don't know how that works though.
Spawn. Yeah, that'd be so tight. But Spawn, who he works for, reminds me of who Ghost Rider works for. Don't they both work for?
Satan or something.
Yeah, Demon.
Demons. Yeah.
Yeah, different demon though, or a different visual representation of the demon.
Um,
So what else you got for me?
Um,
What is Cloak and Dagger? Work like the Raptors with them both being hero managed. Oh, yeah, you're
did,
right. I didn't
did
even think about that. Both have their own health dials.
they do?
Like, well, like the Raptors, remember? The Raptors.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
speculating that they will. That's a good idea. Yeah,
okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Um, as far as this year's sets go, we are getting, as far as I know, as far as we know, we're getting Sattler and T-Rex, and we're getting Battle
That's the
Legend.
thing. Everyone says we're getting it, but I don't remember them saying it's coming out in 2021.
They said, well, Justin keeps saying things about it that it looks that way. He doesn't want to make any promises, but it looks like early 2020. So like before anything,
Oh,
that's like the next
oh,
set.
cool.
Don't take my
I
word for that though.
I'm gonna be surprised when it comes out because I keep forgetting that we're getting that. Like
Yep.
I don't have T-Rex, and that's the dinosaur everyone and their grandmother would want, but we don't have it for so long that I forgot about it. Who's the other guy? So we're not getting InGen. Who else are we getting?
No, Sattler, and I'm pretty sure it's that woman that like just I don't even know what
I
she
know.
does. She's a
Yeah.
scientist. She just
We're getting two
does some
sets
things.
this year. Whew. Yeah, we're getting the Battle of Legends 2, we're getting the Jurassic Park, and we're getting all four of these Marvel. And if we're lucky and get graced with awesomeness, we could get the fan deck the end of the year or
Yeah,
maybe early 2022.
yeah,
But that's what we're looking at.
yeah. It's pretty crazy. I don't know if I can keep up with it. If they keep doing this for years, like even 3 more years, I don't know if I can do that. I got things I got to do.
The hardest thing for them to do is create a stored solution because there will not be an end all be all if it isn't generic enough to work for the
Right.
future. That is going to be hard. It's like me thinking about it. If I was on the other side of the company trying to think about it, is it worth it if I plan on spamming out, let's say, 40 more characters?
Here's what you do. Here's what you do for the case, the whatever, the big carrying case.
This is the Smash Bros of board games. That's hilarious. You're right.
Yeah, it is.
Except we will never forget every character in Smash Bros, but we're getting reminded of all the characters in this game. That's what I appreciate.
And the Smash
Although if
Bros.
they gave me Mr.
Community's
Game and Watch, yo,
garbage.
we would be in there flipping shrimp. That's my boy.
The Smash Bros. Community's garbage though. They get really mad. They cry. They smell at tournaments. You don't want to be there.
That's literally me playing Smash Bros. Outside of the smell. I whine, I cry, I hate the game, I throw the
Hey,
controller. I don't play video games. Oh, yeah, you're a Smash Bros. Fan. I forgot.
yeah. I used to play and go to tourneys. Anyway, um, got me all sidetracked.
I know. I'm
Um,
relieved to finally know what it is, though, after this big news that we didn't get any info on.
yeah,
They
it's
kept that
nice.
under wraps pretty well.
And Beowulf and Little Rat, I think we're shipping today or something like that. Or I'm
Oh,
pretty sure Justin said that. So
I'm gonna look for it, see if I got some magical tracking number.
anyway, that's a cool set. That's a fun set. Um,
Yeah, that's probably gonna transition to one of my favorites. I like Little Red a lot, and if it's gonna keep getting different like that, like we thought we knew what different could probably be, just a new mechanic. Now they just added symbols onto the card. That changed like the whole dynamic of how the game functions, which is
yeah,
crazy.
right.
Like,
And they'll
I
keep
don't
doing
know
that.
how else. Yeah, I don't know how else they're gonna do it, but I'm excited to see. I
They've,
like that a lot.
yeah. Well, they've already done it. They keep changing it just a little bit, adding some things, and I know for a fact that other sets they keep coming up with new ideas and things you probably wouldn't even think of. So
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. So is that all you got for me? Are we wrapping this up? Do you want to answer questions? I don't know who's watching, who wants to
Yeah, is
throw,
there
chime in stuff.
any other comments that you could read off that how they feel or um,
Well, so far, everyone that's popped in is super excited for Marvel. I'm interested in hearing too from individuals who maybe not be so excited.
hey,
And not to spread the negativity, because again, I'm definitely trying to keep things on a positive note. But I'm just curious, like, what like the thought process is. What drew you into Unmatched? Was it Battle of Legends 2, or was
yeah,
it Battle of Legends 1? Did you hear about it though? This is another thing I'd almost be interested in hearing too. Is was it Battle of Legends 1 that not the one that you just like as like your favorite, that kind of idea, or Cobble and Fog? Was it an IP that brought your attention to it? Because honestly,
right,
I know a lot of people who didn't know about the game until Jurassic Park came out, and they went to Battle of Legends and liked that more, and those are the characters they prefer. But
yeah,
like, it's almost interesting to see these IPs used to not only bring attention, but maybe those aren't the characters they lean towards anyway. So it's
yeah.
all about getting an audience. But yeah, I'm
You
interested in
know,
hearing. I mean, I can understand
for me,
Marvel. I don't know.
I mean, I've already told you this before, but for
Yeah.
me, what got me into the game is I like these kind of games. I play um, back when HeroScape first came out, and I'm pretty sure who was it? I Rob Davio worked on HeroScape, and um,
That's crazy.
along with like I know Craig Van Ness, and I don't really know that much stuff. I just knew a lot about HeroScape, and I know a lot about Unmatched, and so anyway, the HeroScape is a bunch of random characters. You know, you could fight orcs and dragons and robots and uh, just really like they threw anything in there that they could, samurais, agents, uh, cowboys,
Same thing.
whatever. So
Same same thing happened in Heroescape. They
yeah,
got a Marvel set.
yeah, and
Got
honestly,
them.
that's what I was thinking when they did Marvel set. You know what they did in HeroScape? They had Silver Surfer,
Hulk.
Thanos, Hulk. They had all
Yo,
these,
Hulk was about to beat up the dragon. He was never losing to no whack dragon, yo.
a-
Hulk
and
too strong.
that's what scared me most about Unmatched getting Marvels because um, in HeroScape when Marvel dropped, the characters are way better than the rest of the characters in the game.
That's fair. Fair. And I see Johnny said if they announced DC instead of Marvel, I probably wouldn't have been as excited. I would have been twice as excited because I love DC.
No,
And I know all the obscure characters like Whirlwind. Bro, he's a dude with a tornado for the lower
torso.
half of his body. That is hilarious.
No, there's
Not even torso. Yo, that is crazy. All the obscure DC characters made me laugh. But only it would only have excited me because I knew what they were. But I didn't care either way.
I, I like almost every Marvel character that I can think of, but as far as DC goes, I don't like Batman. I actually hate him. I hate Batman. There, I said it. And
No,
I
I don't really like heroes that much to be honest. I prefer villains.
I hate what is it?
Yeah, so
Superman.
yeah, maybe
Superman and
DC wouldn't
Batman.
have been that good because I like the villains more.
Yeah, and Funko already did that, and I didn't. I don't own Funkoverse, not because it's not a good game, because I played it. It was cool. The Capture the Flag one, but
Oh, are we witnessing power creep on the new releases? So this is a topic they touched on. That's a
yeah,
great question. They mentioned that power creep is a tricky one because it's going to happen in just about every game. I mean, even the most popular games out there like Magic the Gathering, it's inevitable. There's someone who's always smarter than someone else that's gonna find something that'll break it. But from what I've seen so far, I've not noticed anything that hinders like enjoyment in playing certain characters. Like I think if you're an experienced character playing with like King Arthur, who there's a lot of back and forth with that character, but King Arthur I'll use as an example, versus someone new playing Bigfoot, you could probably beat them quite regularly. Now, if you're playing with more experience and you're trying to treat it as a real serious competitive game, there's going to be characters you'll probably choose over others for sure. But I
well,
don't think power creep has affected the game at all, even from experience characters. There's just characters you'll like more than others. It still stays with that.
there's definitely matchups better suited for
Yeah,
certain characters. there is power. They do okay at keeping it all pretty close to the same. And even I know like people might be worried that these Marvel heroes might be power creeping, but honestly, I played Beowulf and Little Red, and they didn't power creep. They were along the same level. And I play tested.
Excellent characters.
I've only played the uh, what's that? The Squirrel Girl, the Miss Marvel, and the um, Cloak and Dagger. I played them, and they didn't. And I watched somebody play another character, and they weren't. I don't think there's a power creep there. I think they're going to be right along the same thing as Alice and Robin Hood and
Mhm.
all those kind
So
of.
to just answer your question straight up, I think they're considering these when they create the characters, but there's always, like you said it better. There's going to be matchups that are more favorable towards other characters.
One
But
thing I will say is I don't know how practical this is, and I don't know the ins and outs of the things, but I honestly do hope that they add a Arthur card, like just put it in another set, put it in Battle Legends Volume 2, and it's just free. And if you want to use it, you can. And I know that's a really divided subject too, because people say just leave it. And I don't mean just Arthur either. They could throw in like 4 cards from like Bigfoot, Medusa, Arthur in Battle Legends Volume 2, and just
Bigfoot, whoa, we don't need any more for Bigfoot.
no, he needs to be nerfed. Like maybe give him 2 movement or like something, because he's pretty insane.
And it's funny because I hear that from community talking about how powerful Bigfoot is. I've never lost to Bigfoot.
Yeah,
I've
you
played it a
play me.
lot.
You play me right now.
We
I'm
did.
Bigfoot. You
We've done
Willow.
this already. We've done this already.
Yeah, what, one game? Chill.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I've played it 1,000 times. I'm not going to give you a whole stat list. I'm sure you've gotten way more game in than I've ever gotten. But
Yeah.
from what I've done so far, not to say that he isn't a strong character, I just didn't feel that like
I,
that's like the
he's not
comparable
he's not
character.
he's not unbeatable. Even by King
He's
Arthur.
fun.
Even by
He's
King
fun
Arthur,
though.
he's not unbeatable. But it is, I will say, the Willow Bigfoot matchup is almost impossible. I play my wife, who is not strategic at all, and she does not play well. I gave her Bigfoot. She's played him like probably 8 times. She was Bigfoot and I was Willow, and I played her twice and in a row, and it was such a hard game. And I played her twice recently. I can't remember if I won one. I think I won one game, and it was and Bigfoot was Willow was at 1 health. Tara was dead with 2 full revives, and then another game she killed me. And honestly, it shouldn't have been that close. If because I'm so much not gloating. I'm not like a great player, but she doesn't really do board games, and she doesn't think things
Yeah,
through.
yeah,
She just plays a card. Oh, this is a red card. I'm playing it, type thing.
yeah, yeah.
So if I can't beat somebody like that with Willow, then that's saying something.
I told you my thoughts on Willow. I think Willow is the best character as a 2v2 as your side, like your opponent. Like you got
What?
someone strong and you got her to help back you up.
Yeah.
That's where her strength is. From my vision, I mean, I haven't played it as much as you have. I've kind of read the cards. I personally haven't gotten a full game in with her.
I prefer playing this game. I control 2 characters, you control 2 characters, and Willow
Mm-hmm.
does a lot better. You know who else does is Arthur. He does a lot better in a 2v2 because he can run away and then build up his hand again.
You know who didn't surprise me? I know this is away from the Marvel thing. Alice. Every single time we've done the 2v2 with Alice, she gets destroyed early, and I'm
It's
so sad.
yeah,
And she's strong. She was one of my favorites. Was my favorite when the sets first came out.
and she's one of my favorites now. I would say her and Beowulf and Sherlock are probably my top 3 right now.
Now maps. We haven't talked about maps, and I do want to still talk about that prior to ending
Okay,
this.
what? I know that you've play tested some things too. So other than um, what would you like to see as far as like a gimmick? I prefer non-gimmicky stuff. I don't want. I just want a regular map like Sarpedon, like Buffy's 2, the Sunnydale High. That's like perfect. What gimmicks? I don't mind seeing the doors and stuff like in Beowulf and Little Red. That's cool too. But what gimmicks would you like to see in sets in the future that maybe you can think of is from another type of game? Because I know that me and you talked, and if they did like a Fireball Island map and like balls came down or balls came and shot the hit you and attacked you when they came, that'd be sweet. Volcar coming in and dropping the fireballs.
I really should make that. I really should make this map because it
Yeah.
excites me every time I think. If you guys don't know and you don't watch my YouTube channel, Fireball Island is kind of the theme that's surrounded around it in a sense. Volcar is my little buddy, but no, yeah. In terms of things I would like to see, I would like to see a modular board. I would like to see a board that can change throughout the game. Because I think it's fun to get people, but it's also fun to hunt people. And I think a board that can constantly change adds to the hunt. So that would be pretty cool. And then we were talking because Unmatched is based off the concept of the line of sight and range and everything. It was based off of a game called Tannhauser. I'm completely butchering the name because
You know,
I
I
don't.
should know this, but I don't.
Troy Hauser, something along those lines. But it's a game that's out of print, and one of the cool things that it did was this line of sight, which is what they brought a little bit. Definitely inspired the Unmatched. But one of the things I liked was the kind of depth on the map. So like you could be at a high ground versus low ground. That was one of the reasons
Hey,
why that
hi,
mechanic was strong.
if they did like a high ground, low ground, they could do Obi-Wan versus Anakin. I have the high ground. I have a.
Yeah, they could. And then Vader could use the Force and still choke you from over the cliff. This is great. They're
Uh,
great.
all right, I have a question for you. So, this guy says Logan, Tyler Delay. Anyway, on Facebook, he asked, I don't know if you mentioned this or whatever, if when I cut out there in the beginning, but what lesser known characters from Star Wars would you like to see? You know how they did lesser known Marvel characters? Well, what if they did
Oh,
less?
I didn't see. Yeah, I didn't see that.
What if they did lesser known like Jar Jar Binks and like what characters would you want to see?
Not trying. I laughed when I watched that movie again, thinking that was going to be my favorite Star Wars movie still. And
Yeah,
I remember where I heard "It Squeeze Me" and stuff like that. I'm like, this movie ruined everything in my life.
I
We
don't
can't
mind.
go.
I don't mind Jar Jar Binks at all.
He's
Actually,
silly.
I could care less. He's cool. I'm
A
in the minority.
lesser, gosh, a lesser known.
I would pick
Still,
some like Clone Wars
they gave
stuff.
backstories. Yeah, they gave backstories to like all of these characters. And
I would
depending on how
pick
much of a Star Wars fan you are, if you watch Expanded Universe, then they're all main characters at some point,
I
if I
know,
remember.
right? I would pick like I'd probably do like Cad Bane, the bounty hunter, or like Bosk, or I would do like a Jedi like Kit Fisto or Plo Koon. See, like people that you don't,
Less.
unless you're a real deep into Star Wars, you don't know who these people are.
I don't know any lesser known characters
Mm.
that like I would consider lesser known. I should say. That's a really good question. What do we got? Kifisto from Clone Wars. Yeah. All
Yeah,
right. Yeah. All right. So from Clone Wars, there's a bunch of side characters.
right.
Yeah. I'm trying to go based off the original movies because that's what I would imagine they would go off of. Unless they're really wild and they went off Mandalorian because it's popular. We would want
Yeah,
Baby Yoda.
yeah, that'd probably sell.
Baby Yoda. That'd be cool. Oh, it would sell immediately. Like what? They wouldn't even play the game. That's the worst part. They would buy it for the Baby Yoda
Oh yeah. Well, I
mini.
don't think they'd have a mini. It'd be a token.
Oh, you would kill them.
But, well, you know, people be printing off their own Baby Yodas at that point.
They're probably already doing that now.
Oh yeah.
Side lesser known character. I don't know a single side lesser known character. Like I said. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. You got me.
Yeah.
Darth Maul. He didn't have a full arc in the movies. He's technically lesser known.
Yeah, he's cool. And his sidekick could be Savage Opress, his brother.
People know people know literally all the other villains over him. People seem to forget him. They just remember he's the red guy with the spikes, but no one knows his backstory, so he's pretty less known.
All right. If there was they don't really want to do solo packs, I know, because of the cost isn't worth it for them. But if you could have a solo pack of your choice, who would you want? I'm going with Indiana Jones.
That's a good one.
Yeah, maybe James Bond, but I think I'd like Indiana Jones better.
Yeah, got me. I remember we made a lot of jokes about Chuck Norris, but that'd be pretty funny. It would just be funny because it's the other solo guy is Bruce Lee. Like they're the known. Jackie Chan would be cool because we talked about this with Jackie Chan Adventures. That'd be tight. Yo, if he had the talisman,
oh yeah.
let's go.
And they did what Little Red, Zach did with the token or the little symbols.
Yeah, we talked about those. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, that'd probably be it. Again, I'm kind of just in it, waiting, just seeing what new comes out. I'm not really that crazy picky.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people have their opinions for certain IPs and stuff. I genuinely don't care. If it was like Hulk and Iron Man, still would have got it. Still would have enjoyed it.
All right.
Basic.
I know that me and you, I've expressed this to you, but
historical characters would be funny. Oh, we gotta talk about something in a sec. Abe Lincoln.
All right. Let me finish this
spell,
real quick. All
but
right.
I know what you want.
So the characters that I would want, the weirdest characters that I would ever want, are a 4-pack of Captain Crunch, Trix Rabbit,
yeah, that's
Lucky,
what I was thinking when he said that.
and Buzz the Ultimate Honeybee, or something like that, or like a Kellogg's Tony the Tiger.
You want Honeycomb? Yo, that dude would be broken.
Oh yeah,
that
little. I can't remember his name.
Crazy, he's a little fur ball.
I love him. Anyway, I eat cereal every single day, morning and night. Every day.
I know.
You catch me. It's about that time anyway.
I know. I don't have milk in this house. I'm doomed.
And what's the question that guy asked?
It would be funny to have characters like Abe Lincoln, Beethoven. I can't spell. You're right.
Okay.
You're right. Serial killer. I like that. That's like a name.
Who would
Puns.
Okay, who would you want if that could be the thing,
Historical. Abe Lincoln.
These historical people.
Abe Lincoln, yo, but he's got to be a vampire hunter.
All right. As far as history goes, I would say Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday, but I already made a deck for them, so whatever. I'm printing it off anyway.
Solo pack of Benjamin Franklin, and it cost $100.
What's he got, a kite?
Marketing.
I think Davy Crockett would be cool.
Oh yeah, I told you Zorro. That'd be a cool solo pack.
Yeah, but he's not real. He's not real. He never was real.
Don't lie to me.
Yeah, Volkar's not real either.
Santa's real.
You need some more. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Santa. St. Nicholas, who he's based off of, was real.
We don't want history.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Real characters, I don't know.
Crocodile Dundee.
I didn't know I wanted them.
What about Crocodile Dundee?
Some.
Representing Australia.
Because then they make an alligator character.
All right.
Nah. My luck, they'll make a character called Stingray, and I'll be sad every time he listens to him.
Oh.
King Kong for Solo Charter.
You didn't
I'm
just
terrible,
say. Why would you say that?
Nah, I grew up with those peeps. I actually have a lot of friends who are friends with these kids. Cool people.
Cool.
King Kong for my solo character. Jesus. I would be very upset if King Kong wasn't close to as big as the T-Rex mini.
Yeah,
he gotta be big.
He's got to be that big. He's got to be.
That would be cool. King Kong or like Godzilla. But I don't think they would do Godzilla because there's technically already a Godzilla card game. Tokyo Clash.
They don't need a That's too much.
Yeah. But that's about all I have for you guys. And
Yeah.
I actually got to get going.
Yeah. Same. I need to go eat my cereal.
No, but it's been awesome chatting. And yeah, no, I guess if some of you guys watch it later, leave comments. I'd love to hear like real thoughts on Marvel. I mean,
Yeah.
I definitely want to keep it positive, but yeah,
Right.
what are you excited for? What did you appreciate about it? What is it that you're not excited for? I'm curious. But yeah,
Right.
peace out, y'all.
Yep. See you later. Good talking.
Yeah.